Hey, what's up, you guys? This is a new episode of Top 5 Rant. This week I'll be doing my top 5 favorite Digimon seasons, and I am apparently joined by my sister's dog, Boo Boo. So, yes, I'm talking to you, Boo Boo. So, let's get this started. Five. My number 5 favorite season of Digimon would have to be season 5, because at the time I made this list, there was only 5. Well, there's only 6 or 7 seasons, but 2 of them haven't came out in America yet. So I only had to choose from 5, and I chose the 5th one as the 5th one because it was the last season I seen, and I didn't see much of it, and I liked it, but I just didn't like it as much as I did the others. Season 5 is has the main characters Marcus, Thomas, Yoshi, and Keenan. Marcus's partner is Agumon. Thomas is Galmon. Yoshi's is Lalamon, and Keenan is Falcomon. Out of those, I would have to choose as my for the favorite Digimon of those. I would have to choose Agumon because Agumon is just cool, and that's the reason why it's season 5's number 5, because again, I didn't really watch it as much, but I still liked it, so it's number 5. Number 4. The number 4 spot goes to season 3, Digimon Tamers. As with kind of not with Digimon season 5. Season 5 is Digimon Data Squad, by the way. With season 3, it's Digimon Tamers. It starts out with 3 main characters: Takato, Henry, and Rika. Their partners is Takato's is Guilmon, Henry's is Terriermon, and then Rika's is Renamon. As the story progresses, they're joined by Rio, his partner is Cyberdramon, Jerry, Leomon, Kazumon is partnered with Gardramon, Kenta is partnered with Marine Angemon, Susie, Watmon, and I and Mako, 2 little kids with Entmon. Now, the reason why season 3 is my number 4 is because I love this one. Is probably like one of my favorite seasons, but the reason why it's number 3 is because it's not one of my compared to the other ones, it just gets number 4. In this season, they use cards to power up their Digimon and to Digivolve. I thought that was cool. So it's like I really like that concept of using cards to but it's like later throughout the series they just stop using it because they go to the digital world, and they don't really need to do that. And that's it. Now, if I had to choose a favorite Digimon for this season out of the main characters, I would have to choose Impmon, because his evolution is to Beelzemon. Beelzemon is so cool that I had to choose Impmon. If I had to choose one of them, I had to choose Impmon. Okay. Number 3. The number 3rd spot would have to go to season 2, Digimon Adventures 2. This is a continuation of season 1 of Digimon Adventures. You have the main characters Davis, Yoli, and Cody, and they're joined by 2 of the previous Digidescents from season 1, Kari and TK. And then they are later joined by Ken, who was originally the Digimon Emperor turned good, so that's cool. In this one, they use what they call Digi-Eggs to armor Digivolve into different forms. In the games and the card games, they can Davis's partner Vmon can use any of the other Digi-Eggs to transform into different ones. but in the anime, in the TV show anime, they only got like two. Each character, main character, only got like two Digi eggs apiece, except for like Davis, he got like three. So which is cool. But they also later on in the series, they also learn actually to Digivolve into the champion form ultimate. Then they also introduced DNA Digivolution, which is awesome, where two Digimon combine into one. Davis's partner is Vmon. Kari's partner is Gatomon. TK's partner is Paddlemon. Yoli's is Hawkmon. Cody's is Armadillomon. And Ken's is Wormmon. Now, if I had to choose a favorite from this, I had to choose Wormmon because Wormmon is just so cool. And his champion form is also cool, Stingmon. And that's and plus season 2 gets number 3. The season 2 has like the best ending out of all the seasons I've seen because it shows main characters of season 1 and season 2 all grown up with kids and with their families, and at the very last thing it shows them with their partner Digimon watching their kids running off into the distance with their partner Digimon, and I just thought that ending was so good. But you're probably wondering why it's number 3, but that's the reason. It's not the reason why. If I actually had to choose, it probably would have been number 1, but later on in this, when they came out with another season, which is my number 1, is the reason why it's number 3 and not number 1. But if it wasn't for the season that's number 1 on my list didn't come out, I would have to put season 2 as number 1 or close second. Okay, moving on. Number 2. The number 2 spot would have to go to season 1. The reason why season 1 gets number 2 is because, I mean, come on. It's the very first season of Digimon. This is what started everything. And you're probably wondering why it's not number 1. Again, if it wasn't for this season that's on my number 1, that's not my number 1, it would probably have been like number 1 or close second. But this season 1 was awesome. You have Ty, TK, Matt, Joe, Mimi, Zora, Izzy. Can't forget Izzy and Kari, which is that's just an awesome season. You have Ty with Agumon, Matt with Gabumon, Sora with Biomon, Mimi with Palmon, Joe with Gomamon, TK with Patamon, Kari with Gatomon, and Izzy with Tentomon. Now, if I had to choose a favorite Digimon of that season, I would probably be a tie between Agumon and Patamon, because Patamon is just so underrated in that season because he can't, throughout most of the season he doesn't Digivolve until he sacrifices his life to defeat Devimon, and that just makes it so much cooler. So it would have to be a tie between Agumon and Patamon. Now for the number 1 thing. Now, since I told you this, I only chose for the first 5 for my top 5. So you should probably already know what's my number 1. My number 1 would have to be season 4, Digimon Frontier. Now, the reason why it's number 1 is because this is the very first season we see the main characters of Digimon become the Digimon. Yes, in season 3, the Digimon Tamers, Takato, Henry, Rio, and Rika was able to bio-merge with their Digimon partners. But in season 4, they don't have any partners. They're their own Digimon. And that is just the coolest freaking thing I could ever imagine. It's like, it's so freaking cool, it's not even funny. Season 4 was probably like one of my favorite Digimon seasons because of that. It's because they can just turn into their own Digimon without anything, without Digimon partners or anything. They just turn into it because of an ancient spirit of a Digimon. but it's them turning into him, which is awesome. And the story was well written. It was just really well done. And this is probably like one of the longest top 5 I've ever done because I've been rambling. Let's see, you have Takuya that can turn into Agunimon, Koji can turn into Lobomon, JP can turn into Beetlemon, Zoe can turn into Kazumon, Tommy can turn into Kumamon, and later on you can have Koichi joins the team, but at first he's evil as Duskmon, and then eventually he joins the team as Lowmon. Now, if I had to choose a Digimon of the season 4 to turn into, I would have to choose Agunimon, because Agunimon is just, his element is fire, and that's one reason, and plus he just looks so cool. And that's it. I better stop this before it gets too long. And that's it for this episode. I will see you next Saturday for a new episode of Top 5 Rant. Like this video, share it with your friends, put it down in the comments below if you've seen Digimon, which ones are your favorite seasons, and why. If you haven't, I suggest watching it. It's actually pretty good. Subscribe to my channel. Check out my Facebook page, Top 5 Rant. I'll put a link in the description, so don't worry. And I will see you next week.